In order to get a good lead change, you have to have a good volte, 8-meter circle with energy and lightness. You can't be holding your horse in the face. So I have to make sure that I can do a light circle. I can do a small circle with lightness, almost pirouette, and then go forward with that engagement and that lightness and do a change. So that circle helps set us up to be light up front, strong behind. Same thing here. I ask him to go forward with a great deal of energy and power. And then as we come out of that circle, we want to keep that energy and power, take that into the change. That's where you get clean changes, because your horse is jumping with the hind leg and he's got enough energy and passion for the change. And then as it gets easier, we can throw out the circle. We can just keep the energy. Good boy. And the lightness in my hand. The horse has to be light in your hand, not because you have made them afraid of the hand, but because they are so strong and they are so uphill that they don't need you to hold them together. And this guy is still just a little bit laid off of my aid. So we keep practicing on that, and he got distracted there. I need to be able to sit him back, ask him to be right on the spot, and then let him go forward to the change. You don't want to be running them into the change. You want uphill, balanced, energetic. So that way it's much easier for them to understand what the goal is. He just feels like he's a little bit out in front of me here. And he's just a little late off that aid today. Don't want to have to hold him. So there I was having to kind of hold him in those changes because he was running to run forward. You really want to be able to teach your horse to stay at the same speed without you in their way. And then it gets much easier. Good boy. Good boy. When it gets heavy, I just ask him to come back. Your horse has to be strong enough to come back to a very energetic, very collected canter without you holding them. I ask him to come back, but I'm not going to hold him into this collection. He needs to hold it himself. I need to be able to put my reins or my hands down, stay out of his mouth so he has the freedom of his neck. And then I have to be able to ask him to go forward without him getting heavy in my hand. So we practice coming back lightly, energetically. He's got to be really jumping from behind. I'm going to throw in a little circle here with energy. Have to be able to put my hands down and steer with ounces in my hand, 1 ounce maybe. And put in a change. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good boy. So I can stay out of his mouth when he's light and he's uphill. I don't have to force him into the changes. I don't have to force him into being uphill. I just ask him to change and then let him maintain it on his own. Good boy. That is always the lightness that you are looking for. And there, I had to hold him just a little bit towards the end. So he got away from me, got just a little bit away from himself there. We'll try one more time. Good boy. Have to be able to come down into this really collected, almost cantering on the spot without any weight in his mouth. He's got to hold it on his own. Good boy. So that way I can put my hands down. I can remain balanced. Good boy. Good boy.